I'm not Mitch Connor. And Jihadi John, he was a pharaoh in a past life. This is the stupid London Guardian. The best employee we ever had, Mohammed Emwazi's former boss in Kuwait. Freaking really? Come on. Kuwaiti-born Londoner identified as ISIS killer was calm and decent as a stellar 20-year-old salesman, but disappeared in April 2010 after returning to the UK. Britain, identified as an Islamic State executioner, Mohammed Emwazi, was once a star salesman for a Kuwaiti IT company, The Guardian has learned, in fresh revelations about the journey from normality to infamy of the man known as Jihadi John. Yeah, bullshit. If you can't tell, this is fucking photoshopped. By the way, did anybody ever notice that he had like no eyebrows here? No, he wants to paint him on now. I mean, come on, you kidding me? And what's with the quality of the picture, the coloration? I mean, they don't explain that, which, you know, they want to call this, you know. The Guardian has obtained the most recent picture of Emwazi prior to him traveling to Syria to join ISIS. It was taken in Kuwait in early 2010. Yeah. The blackness here, okay, like, this is a total composite. I don't even have to break it down. You got to be blind to not see it. Just the eyebrows and, like, you know, this little chin thingy, supposedly hair. Yeah, pretty ridiculous. The Kuwaiti-born but London-raised graduate who features in ISIS videos. Wait. Features in ISIS videos? Oh, apparently beheading hostages in the Syrian desert, was quiet and rather withdrawn, but had a natural gift for his work, a former boss in Kuwait City told The Guardian. He was the best employee we ever had, the former boss of the 20-year-old. He was very good with people, calm and decent. He came to our door and gave us his CV. I don't know what a CV is, but somebody tell Joy Camp to please do a frickin' sketch on this, okay? You know, full on with you know, him talking like he does in the ISIS videos or whatever. Not that it's him, but, you know, raising his arm every time. You know, he doesn't even have to have a knife in his hand, but, you know, like every time he addresses somebody, he raises his arm like he does with the knife. And but it seems like a totally nice guy, despite the weird way he talks. That would be some fun. His former boss said staff were surprised that a Londoner would want to come and work in Kuwait, as many of his peers in the region would be looking to make the journey in the opposite direction. The former boss added that, after a stellar probation period, the Briton disappeared completely in April 2010 after a trip to London. How could someone as calm and quiet as him become like the man who we saw on the news? It's just not logical that he could be this guy. Yeah, it's not logical, of course. It's exactly the point. The Guardian has also obtained the most recent picture of him above, prior to him traveling to Syria to join ISIS. It was taken in Kuwait in early 2010. And I just found a fuck up. Emwazi's immediate family are from Kuwait, and his father Jassim, mother Ganaya, and his eldest brother Omar were on Sunday taken in for routine questioning by Kuwaiti authorities. How in the fucking hell do you do that? Emwazi, a fluent Arabic speaker, this is the previous article that I covered in the previous video, said MI5 had tried to recruit him and then prevented him from traveling abroad, forcing him to flee abroad without telling his family. MI5 in Britain. He fled abroad without telling his family. Okay, and then let's go down here. There was no answer at the two addresses in West London where Emwazi was listed to have lived. Neighbors described the family as normal people and friendly. This is the first time anything like this has happened in this neighborhood. We have to be careful now. I don't know this family, and I usually know everyone here. Okay, but there's nothing about they moved. Furthermore, they described the family as normal people and friendly. Neighbors said, I didn't know this family, and I usually know everyone here. Come on. Not to mention, this is a very Middle Eastern name, probably a Muslim, so they'd probably communicate at some time or another. And if they did move, by the way, I think people would have at least noticed. Yeah, I saw them move, because you usually don't miss that sort of thing. Let's go down to the bottom of this and look back into this one, okay? His family thought he was in Turkey doing aid work when they were informed he was in Syria. That sounds familiar, like James Foley and numerous of the other ISIS so-called hostages working for U.S. aid. So how are they taken in by Kuwaiti authorities if they're in London? Hmm? Anyway, even one former boss, not the same former boss, but one former boss of his, even though I didn't catch any other mention of an IT company he worked for, but apparently he did. But yeah, more indication it's fake. Muslim and Arabic people travel from here to London or the U.S., and they stay 2 years looking for a job or even a place to stay, said one former boss. It always puzzled me. Why would he come here? Yeah, why would he? But it seemed as though he faced some problems, maybe family, social, or psychological. I didn't really ask. He wanted a good job in London and he wanted to get married, but he couldn't, and it made a problem for him. He's the most visible of hundreds of Britons to have traveled to the region in recent months to join the burgeoning ISIS movement, and that's fake, by the way, as it seeks to create a caliphate across a swath of desert in Syria and Iraq. Scotland Yard said that 60 British women and girls, including 18 teenagers, have traveled to join ISIS to get raped. No, I'm just kidding. That's fake, too. CCTV footage released on Sunday shows 3 British schoolgirls who disappeared last month waiting at a bus station in Istanbul for onward travel to the border with Syria. We'll come to that. That's in the next tab. Okay, so going back up in the article, the Guardian article, Amwazi is believed to have traveled to Syria in 2013. So let's go to the bottom. The Amwazi family had originally lived in the area before leaving for the UK in the early 1990s. Look at the fact that part of the clan originally... Oh, wait, no. No, they left for the UK, so apparently they're still in the UK, but they're getting, taken in by Kuwaiti security. I'm not going to find the paragraph again. You already saw it if you were watching. He left his parents' home and slipped out of Britain, so clearly they were living in Britain, but now they're saying that they're living in Kuwait. Because I don't see how the Kuwaiti authorities could have the jurisdiction to do such a thing if they weren't in Kuwait. His parents are thought to have returned to Jara from London. Oh, they are thought to have returned to Jara from London. Really? But yet nobody said they moved. So how is that? Their neighbors would know they'd moved because it would have been plain as day. Anyway. Moving on. Let's watch this fun little bit about those 3 British girls and that bullshit story. You're not going to understand what he says. This is supposedly footage of them.
Şubat günü ki görüntülerin ulaşıyor ve bilindiği gibi 17 Şubat günü bu kızlar Türkiye'ye gelmişlerdi ve bir gün boyunca burada kalıyorlar ve kaldıktan sonrasında da yine 3 kız, yaşları bunların küçüktü, 3 kız otogarda bir otobüse binerek yolculuklarını devam ettiriyorlar. Tabii az önce de belirttim, özellikle istihbarat...
Oh, look, they're walking like Babe Ruth. Back in old baseball footage. Everybody is. You should see them run. I bet they can run really, really fast for a fat man. Have you seen anything that can positively identify them yet? Do I need to bring the article back up? The pictures? Or do we even need that? Because you really can't see a clear face here. It's all grainy, crappy footage.
Kimler vasıtasıyla bir irtibat sağlandığı konusunda bilgilere ulaşmaya çalışıyor Türk polisi de.
Yeah, very, very crappy footage. So that doesn't prove anything. I don't see how anybody could identify those 3 people by the CCTV camera footage. That is just ridiculous. Even if they had records of their passports and such, still you can't see their faces clearly. It's utterly ridiculous. So today, this is the fake news they're giving ya. Yeah.